Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back. I wanted to make a quick video, real quick, for you to explain a couple of things that I've got a lot of questions about in the comments of the videos, as well as in the Discord. So I was working on a video a while back on how to win wars against bigger opponents, and I ended up canning it because honestly it was out of my editing scope. And so there was a few things that I really wanted to touch on, mainly terrain, as well as rivers, as well as tech. So obviously you want to make sure you're maximizing your morale and tactics tech. Miltech 3 to 4 is a huge difference, so if you can rush Miltech 4, it's really good for an opening move. But the big reason I want to talk about this one, which obviously is listed in the title of the video, is a thing called Scorched Earth. And so you'll see real quick, I'll show you. I am going to siege down this mountain province. Let's just say Naples isn't in here and France has a significantly larger army than us. That doesn't necessarily mean that we are destined to lose. So what we would do is we would scorch the earth here. So let's say we have movement through Savoy and we siege this down and we can scorch the earth here, which we did. So you'll see here, hostile movement speed minus 50%. It does a couple of other things, but that's the big one. That's the one you're looking for. And the reason why provinces like this are really good to scorch is because there is more than likely chance that they're going to have to take a river crossing as well as fight you in the mountains. But obviously, it's only the defender that gets these bonuses. So assuming you have a superior army like we do against France, so France obviously wants to siege back his province. I'm off his territory. Obviously, I'm taking a bunch of attrition over here, but ignore that for now. And so we want to make sure that we are able to get an advantageous fight. So as he comes into Dauphine, he is going to be taking a river crossing. If you look at the simple terrain map mode, he's going to be taking a river crossing here from this province into this province, as well as he's going to be going up into the mountains. And so he will be there on the 1st. We could be there on the 15th because his movement speed is 50% extra. Right? So we wait until he locks in. Well, at least we want to make sure that we're not too far before him or behind him. Ideally, what you do, and this takes a little bit of time to kind of zero in on it. We'll get there on the 27th. He is locked in, and we will be there a couple of days before him. So let's go ahead and go in, right? See, now he may get a crossing penalty. So you can look at this, obviously. You can look, he has a 1 maneuver and we have 4. So we will get the river crossing penalty in our favor. And so this just went from a fight that was, you know, not so much for going on for us to him attacking us across the river into the mountains. And you can see, obviously, and there are many things that are going to play into this, but he has a -3 to his total rolls. Plus we started with a 9 in the shock, or in the fire, which is pretty good. So as you go through this, you can see, even though he just rolled a 7, he still has a -3, so he's essentially just rolled a 4, right? And so an 8 to a 4, so it's like he's rolling really good, but he's still losing the fight. There you go. There's a 9 in the shock to a 6, so a 3 in the shock, right? So that ends up being very significant. And so we just absolutely demolished that stack, right? He lost almost 3,000 more men than we did. And that was all just from using Scorched Earth. So to reiterate, Scorched Earth is a button you click right here. You have to control the province. It has to either be your province or a province that you control in a war. It cannot be a vassal's province, but you can use it on his territory if you don't occupy it. Only the penalty would apply to you, so it's not advised. But Scorched Earth is something that can seriously turn a war around. So take a look at this. Oh, right, because of attrition. But if you do the math here, we lost about 4,000 in that battle, and he lost about 750,000. Or 7,500, I should say. And so that is very significant. And you can win wars doing this. Just playing defensive, being smart, playing slow. Something I struggle with is I like to go quickly through wars. Obviously, slower is better, especially when in these big major wars, because we just destroyed that stack. So he's going to lose about 7,000 manpower of that. You can see how if you do this a couple of times, take out a couple of loans, murk up a little bit, you can easily win wars against massive opponents. Now, obviously, after he were to get his Elan and stuff, you would need to be a little smarter about that. But let's just say, you know, you had a tech advantage, you had a tech and morale, or tactics and morale advantage. That would be an absolute no-brainer, and it would be a really easy fight to win. So I just wanted to make that quick little guide there to explain a couple of things that I feel are very useful that a lot of people don't know about. And it's an underrated mechanic. I think Scorched Earth can really turn a big war around in a good way, and I think it's definitely worth checking out if you haven't before. Before I end the video, I just want to remind you guys that if you liked the guide and you're excited to see more of this stuff in the future, if this gets support, I will make more. I have a lot of knowledge on the game. You know, I'm not great at the game, but I have a lot of knowledge and I would love to share it in this sort of a format. If you want to see that, show your support, leave a like. If you want to see more of this, as well as some of the series we have going on the channel, if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. There's a community Discord linked in the description down below, as well as a Patreon if you want to support me on there. And with all that being said, this is Chewy Shoot, and I'll catch you guys later. Big special shout out to my awesome supporters on Patreon: Corbett Gaming, Classified for Life, Lemongrass Bob, Bloodbound 92, Lambda Driver, and Damien Hartvig. You guys are awesome. If you guys want to check out some other series we got going on the channel, they're going to be linked over there on the right. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Catch you guys later.